Good afternoon, everyone from the virtual sphere. My name is Gwen Evans, and I'm the Vice President of Global Library Relations at Elsevier. I'm delighted to be joined today by Rong Tang, professor and co-director of the doctoral program at the Simmons University School of Library and Information Science, for our inaugural information sector-related interview as part of Elsevier's FlashSci Talks series. We feature prominent leaders from global academic and research institutions to share their views on topical issues affecting universities and libraries. Our information sector interviews within the FlashSci Talks series will center around these topics: the acceleration of changes that were already happening prior to the pandemic, including the provision of library services and the skills information professionals need going forward; the UN Sustainable Development Goals and their relationship to the traditional missions of libraries and other information organizations globally; and information management programs and education and the urgency to address information literacy and credibility of research. Today, Professor Tang and I will be discussing the dynamic role of schools of information management, or iSchools, during the COVID-19 pandemic and beyond. I'm looking forward to hearing more from her perspective as a library leader and expert in information management. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over the floor for Professor Tang to introduce herself and dive into our questions for today's interview.
Thank you very much, Gwen. Hi, everyone. I'm Rong Tang, a faculty member at Simmons University College of Computational, Organizational, and Information Sciences, School of Library and Information Science. We call it SILIS, COSIS. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to talk about the emerging issues, trends in the field of information management, library information science. My teaching and research expertise includes usability and UX, user experience, research data management, open government data, mobile information behavior, and paradigm shifts in the field of information. So in addition to the professional title that Gwen mentioned earlier, I'm also the director of an IMLS-funded project entitled Retooling the Librarian Workforce, innovative postmaster certificate program for developing interprofessional information lists, IPI. Now, Gwen, you may start ask your questions and I will answer them away.
The first question is, in a post-COVID world, what role should the schools of information management play in shaping science and research in society?
Well, actually, COVID-19 might be considered as a tipping point for changes in or rethinking about iSchools' research, teaching, and learning practices. Prior to COVID-19, the field of information and many other fields have already been witnessing the movements of open science, open data, open education, also the issues of ethics of AI, combating misinformation and disinformation. This particular pandemic, COVID-19, has actually forced people to rethink about routine ways of living and behaving, maintaining connections and social support while practicing social distancing and combating infodemic, all in the context of people-less offices nowadays. Information services are now taking on remarkably different shapes and forms than the pre-COVID era. I believe that we should be the frontline workers that actually support our healthcare workers and public service professionals, as well as different communities in their needs of managing, organizing, curating real-time pandemic data, providing embedded services to support scientific discovery and social research and community-based research.
And so how do you see the role of the library within research organizations changing or evolving?
To me, the role of the library within research organizations is not necessarily changing, but more of reprioritizing. Now, more than ever, I believe libraries should play a key role in facilitating and supporting timely advancement of scientific research. So this includes, as I stated earlier, embedding ourselves in research teams, managing and providing services of research data for research projects, and contributing to crucial development of research advancement in sciences, social sciences, arts, and humanities.
What do you consider are the critical skills for information professionals and librarians to master in the coming decade?
That's a very interesting question. Of course, I'm biased to what I know. We actually, for the IPI project, we looked at the IPI competency framework. Based on that, I believe that there are multiple dimensions or layers of critical skills for LIS professionals. In the coming decade. On a personal level, communication skills are important. Mindfulness, self-care, empathy, proactivity, adaptability, taking initiatives, being a change agent, being innovative and visionary, being a barrier breaker, and then holding up high level of professionalism are very important. So that's at the personal level. At the subject knowledge and expertise level, having the domain knowledge of the patron you're serving, knowing open science, open data, and open education practices, they're all very important. Also included, I think, the skill or knowledge are research data management, data science skills, and understanding emerging technologies, and the dark side of it as well. Information policy, understanding how to manage information and manage data and more are very important. So that's the subject knowledge level. At the broader community, social, and global level, the general user-centeredness and community engagement are important. Have the knowledge and being active in international practice, carry on social responsibility, have high-level cultural competencies, and being able to collaborate and partner across the borders are very essential.
Is there a particular sustainable development goal or area that information management or librarianship educators are or should be focused on?
So the UN goals, all 17 goals, I believe, are important goals. In particular, I think LIS educators can focus on one of the 4 goals I will give immediately. Goal 4 is ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Goal 9, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, foster innovation. And goal 10, reduce inequality within and among countries. And goal 17, strengthen the means of implementation, revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development.
And how does your research area fit in with interdisciplinary developments in information management and scholarly communication?
Well, LIS by itself, in its very nature, is an interdisciplinary so-called meta field. And my research in the UX area, user experience, are not just about LIS, more about usability system developed by people in different domains. Actually, most recently, we have been looking at COVID-19 dashboard usability evaluation and how that actually we can make it more accessible for general public instead of just very well-trained data analysts. In terms of my endeavor in data-related efforts and information behavior studies, they're all linked with people in different fields, such as medical and health sciences, social sciences, and humanities, and more. And interdisciplinary work and interprofessional practice, I believe, are inevitable and taking place very rapidly in our fields and all academic fields. Our research, teaching, and learning endeavors should then also very much engage cross-disciplinary and interprofessional activities and programs. Just like combating pandemic COVID-19 requires multi-field concerted efforts, the iSchool research and teaching endeavor demands a joint effort of brilliant minds of studying areas and really broader, multifaceted perspectives to resolve any emergent information problems.
Well, Professor Tang, I want to thank you for giving us a great interview for FlashSci Talks. And is there anything, last thing you would like to tell our viewers?
I think I pretty much said what I believe are the important of our field, the information field, to play a leadership role, an advocacy role in a global crisis time. I do have a lot of hope and a lot of a positive view of what we can do and to help to combat the pandemic, but also help to advance the society, the whole worldwide landscape. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you.